Let's go over the future of the Star Wars franchise and president of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one of the big things that we actually have been learning about the Star Wars franchise is, of course, all of these different projects that are currently in the works, such as Rian Johnson's trilogy, the D&D trilogy, and even the live-action TV series, one of which is being produced and written by Jon Favreau. Now, as we learned just a couple of days ago, is that he won't be directing any of these episodes. In fact, there will be numerous directors working on this Star Wars project, and today we do have an update that I do want to go over that does in fact involve Kathleen Kennedy, which I really want to go over on why I'm a little on edge about this all, is that Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm, will be the deciding factor as to exactly who will be involved in directing these episodes for the new Star Wars live-action TV series. Now, the reason as to why, and I do want to explain myself as to why I'm on edge as to why Kathleen Kennedy is involved in the deciding factor of all these different directors coming on board for this new live-action TV series that Jon Favreau will be producing and writing. So if you look at, Star Wars Episode 9, specifically with Colin Trevorrow and how she trusted him and believed in him from the very start, he practically finished the whole entire script. He was basically all set and ready to go, and then they had to essentially do the script over again, and that's when he was, let go from Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, and they had to bring in both J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio to rewrite the whole entire script. Now, thankfully, this actually didn't really cost any money at all. It might have, created a nice shift in exactly all the different schedules, if anything. But at Solo: A Star Wars Story is the huge thing here, is that she believed in the two directors, Lord and Miller, in the very beginning. And looking at Kathleen Kennedy and how she chose them and only fired them, let them go at the very end of principal photography. They were basically done with this movie, and she let them go. She said, essentially, we got to bring in Ron Howard, which, by the way, I will say, Ron Howard did an excellent job. I think he's a great director. He knows what he's doing. And if you look at Solo: A Star Wars Story, you can see bits and pieces of what Lord and Miller created. But the fact that she let them go at the very end of this project, and Ron Howard had to reshoot 80% of it all, cost Disney hundreds of millions of dollars. And that's exactly why they lost money on Solo: A Star Wars Story, because as of right now, globally speaking, it only sits at $321 million, which really isn't good in comparison to all the other Disney-era Star Wars movies. So when I look at the live-action TV series and the fact that Kathleen Kennedy is now looking for directors to come on board for this new Star Wars project, makes sense because we did hear a couple of days ago that this project will begin filming this fall or winter. This is the right time in which she will be deciding on which directors to bring in, and that's exactly what she's doing right now. And my only thing that I'm a little scared of, I guess you could say, is that when you're looking at this trend of firing directors and writers, could we see this flow happen again, either with, future Star Wars projects such as Kenobi, the Boba Fett movie, this live-action TV series, etc.? Let me know what you think about this, because I feel this is the main reason as to why somebody else should step in as head of Lucasfilm. Now, yes, there's a huge rumor out there that has been going around that Kathleen Kennedy is getting ready to announce her successor by this September and would be leaving as early as this fall. But that's a huge rumor right now, and looking at what Kathleen Kennedy has done with the Star Wars franchise, yes, she brought in The Force Awakens. Yes, she essentially was the one responsible to bring in the Star Wars movies because George Lucas handed it down to her. However, I really feel like that somebody else could do a far better job. Somebody that knows Star Wars down to the core, and I always looked at Dave Filoni. Yes, he's good at the creative side of things, but the biggest question of all is, well, would he be right for the business side of things? That's, quite a question there. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.